as a nursing first of all, and then used to work as a hospital epidemiologist intern at Johns Hopkins Hospital. But I guess my experience in hospital, especially emergency room, many, I guess, Koreans who came in to the emergency room, but they couldn't really speak the language. I mean, nowadays it's a lot better because there is always, hotline of this interpretation, program. But before it wasn't really that great. So when I see this patient who walk into the, emergency room, they actually, all these things, actually it could be preventable, but they're qualified to get some kind of system or some kind of, care. But only lack of their language, they just could not get what they want. And then they just end up in a hospital, the emergency room. And then with that also, I used to work at domestic violence center as well. And
where, in Fairfax? Domestic violence?
In actually Howard County.
In Howard County.
And then I participated all this research while I was in college. And then I see because of the lack of understanding in American culture from Korean culture. So especially, I guess, Korean men, they're having harder time adjusting their new life in the United States. And then mothers, usually women, they're actually better. I mean, as far as I see, they're better off than, I guess, their husband.
Why?
Because in Korea, I mean, it used to be, I would say, Korean male chauvinistic society, but not anymore. But 10 years ago, 14 years ago, when I when I left Korea, I didn't see woman principal. I didn't see any Korean, I guess, congressman or any type of politician. I didn't see any Korean CEO, woman CEO. Only reason that I came into the United States, I wanted to have my career, and then I wanted to be more Americanized and then get my, career intact. And then, well, my father, he is consultant at Samsung company. It's like my life always shadowed by my father's image. Every time where I go in outside home, people recognize me as, oh, so-and-so's daughter. That time I did not like it. I wanted to make it as my own rather than using father's shadow. And then I came in here, and then I see, I mean, especially learning all this psychology and all this, thing, and the anthropology and sociology study. I'm like, wow, Korean society is male chauvinistic society. And then women, when they come here, they think that, wow, it's better off. And the male thinks that, oh no, I'm losing all my power.
So tell us about your nonprofit. How does it work?
So through all this experience, and especially now working in the health department, Koreans, there is a thing they need to get, but because of language or because of lack of resources, they just could not get it. And
what's the name of your organization again?
It's a Hands on Hands.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as much I got involved with my, I guess, outreach activity, I realized there are certain things that I could provide for the community. And then using my husband's skill, who used to work at, health director at non-profit organization, I guess he could help me out, reshape it up, and then what can I do? Especially, there is a big need that providing education to the parents, Korean parents, they still raise their kid as, Korean traditional way. But their kids, they were born in here, or they've been here such a long time, they are more exposed to American culture. And that if Korean parents try to stick with Korean way, it's not going to work. And the kid is always wondering, like she mentioned that, is it a typical Korean way or should I follow American culture? They always have this, battle going on inside them. And that if parents know how to, make it through, or at least what their expectation from their kid, at least, communicate with their kid, then all this, youngster, or this adolescent, this, very fragile age kid, I think they will be better off. And also, there's actually many things, gang awareness. Korean parents do not really talk about it, and in sex education, parents do not really talk about it. So in Korean kids, while they're in Korea, through the media, they're really exposed to all this, sexual content. But when they're here, they're just trying to act like the way they are in Korea, but it's not acceptable, making some comment or teasing one girl on their body figure, that's just not appropriate. But if parents doesn't teach them, they won't really know.
So it's cultural understanding.
Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to, make it engage or make their life, easier.
You're like a bridge for understanding international.
Especially many parents, they come into the Fairfax County nowadays for their kids' education. And long time ago, many Koreans, they really didn't have their future in Korea, so they just moved to the United States for the second chance. But nowadays, parents actually moving into the Fairfax County for their kids' education.
Where do they come from?